see what I'm seeing. Hello,
Hi.
how
Okay,
are you
so
doing?
we're live now. Hi, Mustapha.
Hi, Stacy.
Thank you for joining us.
Uh,
Thank you for taking
we are
time out of
welcome.
your busy schedule.
We are
Are
welcome. Even
you?
though I have been busy today, but I respect the time, of course. So that's why I'm here.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Are you with a group right now?
No, it's night time for us here, so it's resting time.
I know it's about 9:30 where you are.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm actually in rest.
You're where?
I'm at the house in my house.
Oh, you're at home, so you don't have a group. You're not on a tour right now.
No, I am having some days off before I start another tour that will be in September, the 5th of September.
Oh, so you have a little time off. That's nice.
Yeah,
I know
it's a
you don't get a lot of time off.
yeah, a little bit of time just for resting, relaxing.
So how long have you been a guide in Morocco?
Right, I have been a tour guide since 2009.
Hmm.
Uh, so this is about 6 years now. So I have been working in tourism for 6 years, and I was graduated, of course, from a formation center of tour guides in Morocco. So I have been with travel companies. The first one was English company. I think I don't know if I can mention the names or not. Is that okay if I mention the names of the companies?
Sure, yeah, you can mention the names.
So first company was a French company, Tir d'Aventure, leading the tours of this company all around Morocco, from mountains to the mountains, from Sahara to the Sahara, anyway, and through the imperial cities also. Then I moved to work with another Moroccan English company, Authentic Morocco, as probably 1 year and a half. And I still lead other tours of small companies that I'm not uh, working all the time with them. Then I worked also, and now I moved to work for another big company. I think you know them, G Adventures. So
Yes,
can
of
it?
course. I've done lots of things with G Adventures. I
So
actually sent a group with you last year through G Adventures, and they still rave about what a wonderful person you are and what a wonderful time they had. In fact, I saw on Facebook they recently had a reunion because they're all still really great friends, which that's the way it
you
usually works
know,
after most of my trips. We all stay in contact.
yeah, most of the people who were in Morocco traveling with us, and mainly those who I lead during these tours here, I still keep in touch with them. And for instance, your group who was here in Morocco, I was their guide, and we had such a good time together. Everyone loves the tour,
Hmm.
and we had a very good time. Yeah, and I'm still in touch with them.
Yeah, Carol is actually coming with me to Greece.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll see her in a couple of
That's
weeks.
That's a great lady. I respect her, and she
She is a great
she's
lady.
awesome. Yeah, he's fantastic. Even if there was a little challenge for her, but she was happy and she was laughing until she cried. So that's because of the
So,
happiness and been doing the good thing. Yeah.
so speaking of being challenging for Carol, that was one of the questions that some of the people had in regards to the hiking. As far as I think on this trip we're doing a little more hiking than you did on the last trip. But
Yeah.
there is a lot of moving around. How strenuous would you say the hiking is, or how difficult, and how will it be for anyone of all ability levels to join? I have this trip rated as moderate because there is a little more hiking, so we will be doing, 5 to 6 hours a day sometimes. But how difficult would you say the hiking is?
A hiking tour will be, there are kind of people who will find it very easy. And of course, because the hiking days demand a little bit of effort, especially for people who have a very limited fitness level. Let's see, people over 60 probably. Uh, it will be a little bit challenge for them, but we'll have like mules in case these people cannot do like cannot do the whole day hiking. They can ride the mule, uh, because we have uphill and downhill, and there's sometimes, and of course walking tour will be slow, so we'll walk slowly with the breaks and with photos, with everything. So I think the walk will be okay for all these people who do kind of exercises. They like walking 3 hours a day. It's not something hard. Yeah, and the walk will be just easy for sure. With the
Um,
start.
do you know the approximate elevation gain on on the hiking? Is it is it really steep hills, or is it mostly flat, or is it a lot of downhill? Like, what do you know approximately what the elevation?
Yeah, like a first day hike, it will be full day hiking. It's about 5 hours walking, but it's not very hard because and the altitude is over 2,400 meter, uh, uh, and it's not hard because I do that hike. This day I do it with all the levels, so no problem.
Okay.
Probably walking up, like the first 2 hours walking up a little bit, it's steep a little bit with the scary, uh, you know but the mules go through there. All people of all levels go through there, no problem.
So yeah, like I said, I have this trip rated as moderate. So you're you're in decent physical fitness shape. You should be able to do this trip. Not a problem.
No problem with the hiking tour at all. No problem. As I said, mules in a case there. Also, camels will be also easy, no problem. It's only like 1 hour camel ride in the desert. Absolutely no problem. All the levels, all the people do it. But there are other options. Probably, if people cannot do that, we can take them just a short ride and then stop there, and we can use, for instance, mules in the mountains, or a quad bike to get them to the camp, for instance, in the desert.
Okay. So the other concern that people had was regarding safety. How safe is it to travel to Morocco in a small group at this time? Because this will probably end up being a small group of around 8 people, I think.
Concerning the safety in Morocco, there is no any problem traveling through Morocco at all. Um, you just need to take some precautions always while you are traveling through Morocco. As you know, of course, Morocco is Islamic country. There are conservative people, there are liberal people, there are political people, there are just open-minded people. So if you are traveling in Morocco, in terms of the clothing, it's very good if you try to avoid wearing skimpy clothes or very tight clothes. You don't need to do the veil at all. You just need to cover your shoulders, for instance, or to wear something respectful. And people take that into consideration. If you respect their culture, they respect you so much. And also safety again. Being in a crowded places, sometimes you need to be careful to pickpockets, which is very normal. You can find even in New York or in France. No problem. Just make sure that your bag is closed, the zip is closed firmly, and all your stuff in a safe place. And what else? During the night, try to avoid the dark corners in the big cities. So if you are in a place where there is a light and there is a people, you are in a safe corner.
And I also, I mean, if people are walking around with their passports and cash, I always recommend that people have a money belt or something to keep it in, and that way it's not really a concern in regards to pickpockets. In regards to clothing, because that was another question too. What is the weather like? I mean, how hot will it be while we're there? You know, end of October, beginning of November. What are the temperatures like? And I know we're going to be spending some time in Essaouira. So what, how do people dress if they're at the beach? Like, are shorts and bathing suits allowed?
Once again, it depends on where you are. If you are in a beach where you see even Moroccans wearing bikini, then you are okay. You can swim and no problem. And of course, there is always security in there. Police, tourist police walking around and making sure that people in a safe situations. And yes, you can just yeah, like the hotels, they have swimming pools and no problem to swim if you have a chance, no problem at all. And of course, you see Moroccans in the hotel and tourists in the same time, but it's something where people relax and it's tourist place also, so you can wear bikini, no problem, no problem. Concerning the weather, it depends again on the area where you are. For instance, if you are in Essaouira, a coastal town, it's more windy, and so there, like during the night, the town gets more wind and cold. So you need to have a layer, for instance. Whereas if you are in the desert, during the day you feel very hot and warm, but during the night in the desert it's freezing. It's
Right.
it's freezing. It's cold. Uh, so you need to bring with you always a warm jacket in case, and also yes, yeah, and sleeping bag for extra warmth if you need it. Actually, like bedding, all provided. Also, when you are in the mountains also cold and cold. Yeah, we will be in a cold area. Typical national park is the area where there is the highest summit. So the area experiences so much snow. So people have to bring with them warm clothes for 3 days.
So the sleeping bags, they can be a little bulky. Those are supplied, right? I can't remember.
Sorry?
The sleeping bags,
Yeah.
when we're in the desert, those are provided, correct?
Yeah, not sleeping bags, but bedding, like the bed mattress
Yeah.
plus blanket plus sheet, where is everything provided in there. Just you can have two blankets, warm blankets, but people always like those who like they can bring sleeping bags.
Yeah.
Just to close zip and for more extra warmth. That's what I mean.
So it might be good if people are coming to bring like a lightweight down sleeping bag, possibly.
Yeah,
Because synthetic is going to be too bulky and heavy and hard to travel with. But if down should usually pack down into your suitcase pretty easily.
yeah, sleeping bags are good because people will need them also in the mountains. As you know, yeah, in the mountains we are going stay in basic guest houses,
Right.
Berber guest houses in a very authentic Berber village. So the hotel will be very basic. You will have only a mattress, and pillow, and here you need sleeping bags. So
Now,
uh,
will there be a place if people don't want to travel with a sleeping bag? Is there a place where people can buy or rent one when they get to Morocco?
for sure, but like when you get so much people, like 10 people, here it will be hard to rent them. So you know we can
Okay. Are you there? Oh, okay. I just had another question from someone who's tuning in now. Sifan wants to know what's the best way to get from Casablanca to Tangier, and that was another question as well for people who want to fly in to Casablanca and do a round trip flight. What's the best way if they needed to take transportation to Casablanca for the flight home? How can a single woman do that safely? So from Tangier or from Marrakesh to Casablanca, what's the best way to get there? Oh, did I lose you? I think I lost Mustapha. You're frozen. Oh, are you
hello.
back? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, excuse me because my internet is very slow.
No problem.
Yeah.
Did you hear the question? No?
No, what was your question, please?
So there's a couple of questions because I think people want to possibly fly round trip to Casablanca. So what is the best way to get from Casablanca to Tangier? And on the way home, what is the best way to get from, I guess, from Marrakesh to Casablanca? And how can they do that safely?
Yes, I know everyone likes to fly here to Casablanca because it has such international airport. Yeah, and easy. You can take the easiest way and the best way to go from Casablanca to Tangier is by train. By train, you can take a train from Casablanca, which is actually at the airport. But you need to take a train from the airport to the biggest train station in the middle of Casablanca. And the biggest train station in Casablanca is called Casa Voyageur. So from there, you take the train straight to Tangier, passing
Right.
by Rabat, Quneitra, until you get Tangier. And I recommend, of course, to go for first class. If you take a first class, you will have a safe place anyway, and good ride to Tangier.
And do you know what the approximate cost is for a one-way train ticket from Casablanca to Tangier?
I think from Casablanca to Tangier in a first class would cost about, if it's lot, $20 US, if it's lot.
Okay.
First class. Yeah.
So $20, and then the best way to get from Marrakesh back to Casablanca.
Yeah, Marrakesh. This way. Yeah, train again, so they can catch the train from Marrakesh to Casablanca. That takes only 3 hours and a half. Of course, the train stops along the way to get there, and first class again would be a good, uh, safe, and a good place to relax while you are on the road. Yeah, and or there, I can be there. I can arrange like a private transfer by car straight to the airport. Because if you wish to go from Marrakesh straight to the airport of Casablanca, you need to take train from Marrakesh to the biggest train station in Casablanca, and you get off there, and you get another ticket for another train that will take you from there to Mohammed V Airport.
So is it so going solo? Train would be best, but if I was to arrange for car transportation, is it faster?
Yeah, it's more faster, and it takes only
2 hours.
2 hours and a half to 2 hours 40 minutes,
So
and
from
it's
Marrakesh, to Casablanca is 2.5 hours, and then from Casablanca to Tangier, how long is that drive?
from Casablanca to Tangier. I think it's about 3 hours and a half.
So it's about the same as the train, or a little less.
From yeah, by train. I'm talking about by train from Casablanca to Tangier to take about 3 hours.
And then what about if we did a car?
A car from Casablanca to Tangier.
From Casablanca to Tangier.
By car will take about I think it's 3 hours.
Okay.
But by train, it's more. It's more. I never took the train actually from Casablanca to there, but it would be more probably. It would be. I think it's 4 hours. I'm not sure exactly.
So maybe
but
what I'll do is
by car, it's 3 hours for sure from Casablanca to Tangier.
okay. So maybe what I will do is, since so many people seem to want to fly into Casablanca, maybe we can just arrange for car transportation for the group both ways, and I
Yeah.
can add into to my expenses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be easy, and also good.
Yeah, you and I can figure that out later, but we'll figure it out. So maybe I'll just figure out a way to do that, and we can figure out the cost, and then if I need to charge a little extra for it, then that's fine. I just need to see if the group all arrives at the same time and they can all travel together, it might just be easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess there's only a couple of other questions I had, and that is, will there be vegetarian options for meals?
Yeah, vegetarian option. Most of the time in Moroccan restaurants, it's hard always to have various food for vegetarian, but because we don't have actually vegetarian people in our culture at all, right? All ate meat, a lot of meat, a lot of beef, little of goat and stuff like that, chicken. But people will find the food as vegetarian, like boiled vegetables, cooked salad, as we don't recommend fresh salad for people. If they want salad, in certain places, not everywhere. In certain places, for more safety again, we don't advise people to eat fresh salad. So they can have some cooked vegetables, rice, more vegetables, more vegetables.
Well, yes, that would be the vegetarian way. Vegetables, vegetables, vegetables,
Yeah.
and lentils. Lentils are good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, we got like lentils, green beans, uh, things like that, you know. Yeah.
And then the last question is somebody was wondering how much cash they should bring aside from the meals that are included. So, obviously there's options for people people may drink more. I always give a ballpark, but
You know, this question. I cannot give exactly the amounts people
right,
because I don't know how much money they spend. Um, uh, but if they have like Mastercard or something like that, where they can pay when they can pay somewhere, if they are in a restaurant that accepts a Mastercard or credit card, then they can pay with it. Um, but I don't know how much money because people love to have souvenirs. People love to, to eat so much. I don't know. I don't know. So it could
right,
be, uh, and I don't know because actually we have tipping in places, which is a part of our culture. Tipping is very, very, very important. And I know some people they don't expect to tip, especially people from Australia or New Zealand or uh, but yeah, tipping is part of Moroccan culture and
yeah,
everyone expects that in
and
Morocco.
tipping your guides as well is a big part of the Moroccan culture. You must take care of
Hey,
the guide.
hey, just if you are happy with my services, okay?
Oh, come on. Everybody will be happy with your services.
Anyway, yeah.
I mean, the group last year just raves about you. You're their favorite person in the entire world.
No, thank you so much. I always try to be just as good as I am in reality.
Um, let's see. I think that was all. There was one question. There was a person who had a concern over Ebola, and is Morocco safe from the Ebola outbreak? When
That's Ebola. This I know this kicked out some people, especially like Chinese tourists or Japanese. But Morocco didn't have any case about Ebola for now.
Right. I actually found a website that gave a little information, and for starters, Ebola is not a contagious disease in the same way as influenza. Um, it requires an exchange of bodily fluids for transmission, particularly blood, sweat, sexual fluids, vomit, bile, etc. Transmission usually occurs in close proximity between family members, sexual partners, or others sharing accommodation through medical contact or contact with improperly treated deceased. As for
Yeah,
Morocco, not only is it the other side of the Sahara to the Ebola outbreak, the areas between northern Mali, western Sahara, southwest Algeria are unstable, barely populated areas with banditry and very little travel or trade. If Ebola was to spread to Morocco, it would most certainly be by plane travel, which is closely monitored and no more likely to arrive in Morocco than other countries that fly to Guinea. Anyways, no Ebola outbreaks on record in Morocco. I think we're safe. We're safe from that.
that's good. That's good. So no Ebola.
All right. Well, that's all the questions that I had. Let me just double check and see if anybody posted anything else on
Okay.
Meetup. 1 second. Let me check my. Nope, I don't see any other questions anywhere. So, so cool. All right. Well, thank you. And we just, there's a few more spots left for this trip. So, like I said, it's probably going to be a small group of 8. I'm trying to get a few more people on board before I leave for Greece next.
Yeah.
So that people can go ahead and start booking their airfare. But I will go ahead and talk to you offline in regards to transportation from Casablanca, and see if we can set that up so it'll be easier for people to fly instead of flying into Tangier and flying out of Marrakesh.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
will, of course, I will be coming from Spain. I actually plan on staying. I booked a one-way ticket to Greece, so I'll be in Europe until Morocco.
Okay. Don't most people who go to Greece will come to Morocco too, or?
No. I'm gonna be in Europe for like 2.5 months.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, so from Greece, I'm headed to Turkey and Croatia. But anyway, no one needs to know my full itinerary. All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time today and answering people's questions. Hopefully, there will be some other people interested in signing up for this trip, which is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it will be amazing. No worries, and for sure, people will enjoy it. And I would just add, don't feel unsafe to come to Morocco. For sure, Morocco is very safe. Morocco opens its doors to you. Just come. I'm sure you will enjoy it.
I have no doubt that everyone will enjoy it. It'll be amazing, and I am looking forward to finally meeting you in person.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
All
and
right.
You can have some Berber whiskey with us. I know you don't know that, but you will know it after.
All right, Berber whiskey. Yeah, I've heard all about the Berber whiskey.
Okay.
Dancing
All right.
in the desert. I've heard all the stories.
You heard all the stories. Okay. Good.
All right. Thank you, Mustapha. Signing off.
Okay. Thank you so much, and welcome to Morocco. Bye bye.
Have a good night.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.